Well, hey there. It's time to get up and get moving. So we have finished our exploration around the historic town of St. Augustine, and we are now wandering up the coastline of Georgia, heading over towards Jekyll Island and Driftwood Beach. I do want to take a quick pause here and just let those of you know that have watched the few videos that I have already posted that I've been watching, and I've been listening to some of the comments and the behavior, the watch pattern behavior in the videos. And it's become really, really clear, and I get it, I understand it, I hear you, that people really just want to see what's going on, and they don't want to talk about some things that are just a little heavier. And so I've decided to go ahead and just split the channel. So this channel is just going to focus on the fun, quirky little adventures that I come across and fall into, some of them on purpose and some of them on accident. But all of the fun little quirky things along the way as I go through and explore 27 of our states, working from Florida up to Maine, and then Maine over, skipping across the top of the United States over into Washington and Oregon. I'm going to keep the heavier stuff, put it on another channel. We don't have to worry about any of that anymore here. That being said, my main inspiration for starting this channel was really just to share my adventures, because I do a lot of solo traveling, sharing my adventures with friends and families that were curious about things without dragging out my pictures, my photos, videos. Sometimes people are interested in some aspects of travel and they're not interested in other aspects. And I just thought, if I put this catalog out there, it gives them the opportunity to go through it as they're interested in it. Or maybe it's a state or a location, that sort of thing. And then I thought, well, I might as well open it up to all of you as well. So welcome. I look forward to sharing my adventures with you guys. This is the second edition of Gas Station Gossip. So let's go ahead and get on with it. So we took off from St. Augustine on Interstate 1, wandered up towards Jacksonville, got onto 295, and then skirted the outside of Jacksonville because I want to stay in the small towns, not the big towns. I want to stay on the back roads as much as possible during this adventure because you get to see a lot more interesting things. Went ahead and jumped onto 95 and then took that the rest of the way up to Jekyll Island and Driftwood Beach. Well, hey you. Just thought I'd get on here. Traffic's kind of light right now, so I thought I would just kind of do a quick update so I can add this into my editing later. I actually have to figure out how I'm going to do some of this on the road like this. Some challenges. My first time doing it, bear with me. My whole audience of one at this point. So, St. Augustine was awesome. Awesome. I could kick myself for living in Florida for so long and missing out on St. Augustine. I would have gone up there more frequently if I would have known. If I would have known. So, if you're in the area, if you're even thinking about it, it is so worth going over there. That is the cutest, quaintest, just historical. It's the oldest town in the United States. And yeah, the history there is amazing. I will be going back there to spend at least 2 to 3 days solid. Get on the little trolley rides that take you around the historical district and tell you all about it and everything. I didn't do any of that on this trip, but I walked all over that little town last night, and then Little and I got up early this morning and we walked all over the place. And yeah, that was really very cool. So our last little stop over there, we did the Fountain of Youth, just a little bit north of St. Augustine, and the peacocks, and Little and I had such a good time with all of that. So we're in the process. We took Interstate 1 up to 295, and now we're on 95. And we are getting really, really close to crossing the Georgia state line. And right now what we're doing is we're heading up pretty close to Brunswick, Georgia, on the coastline. And what we're heading for is the Driftwoods, Driftwood Beach to be specific. So looking forward to that. We should be there in just about an hour. And I have to stop during that time and pull out my little user manual for my dash cam, because it says it's on, but I've got no screen display. Yes. We like the police officers. We like the police officers to stay exactly where they are. No sudden moves. So anywho, that's kind of what we're doing. I'm looking forward to the Driftwood Beach. It looks really awesome. And then we will be spending some time over in Savannah. I'm not sure where we're staying tonight. Oh, bye, Florida. Bye. Bye. Hurry back to the free state of Florida. Oh, if only. Boy, that didn't age well. Let me tell you, the taxes, insurance, cost of living, it's off the freaking charts. Off the charts, the free state. Oh, God. Yeah, it's free, all right. What a joke. What a joke. That's a whole different video. Anywho, I will check in with you in a little bit. I need to kind of pay attention to traffic as we've got some construction work that's happening now. So, there's Georgia. Welcome to Georgia. Sweet. All right, let's see what Georgia has to offer. So moving forwards, as a heads up, I just want to let you know I'm going to focus on two types of videos right now. One of them is Next Exit. Next Exit is about a destination. So St. Augustine was a next exit. It could be a national park, but it's a major destination for this channel. Another video segment that I'm going to focus on is gas station gossip. And gas station gossip is really me on the road, me a little on the road. And that one is more about me in the car. And at first, because I'm still figuring out my camera equipment as I'm starting this adventure and how I want to do this. So I started off with the camera kind of facing me, and quite honestly, it was through Florida and Georgia. And there's not a whole lot to really look at when you're on the road in those states. It's a lot of short trees, scrub brush, that sort of thing, very flat, not very entertaining. And I really did move through those states fairly quickly. One, I've been living in Florida for a while, and I've never really enjoyed traveling the interior of Florida. It's just kind of boring. Anywho, that being said, I do turn the camera around as I get further north, so you're really seeing more of what the adventure is, the on-road adventure aspect is about. It's not just about the next exit and bigger destinations, but there's a lot of really quirky, fun things to see along the way. The landscape is beautiful. What the different states have to offer on the back roads. It's fun. God, there's some quirky stuff out there. Well, thank you for joining us today on this second edition of Gas Station Gossip. We'll see you next time as we start exploring Jekyll Island and Driftwood Beach. You don't want to miss that. Driftwood Beach is gorgeous. See you there.